Before thunder became sound, before lightning became light, before the sky learned how to rage, there was a name that commanded the heavens, Sango. But he was not born a god. Therefore, his story begins not in the clouds, but on blood-soaked earth. Walk with me as I take you on another journey through the eyes of history. Sango was born with fire in his spirit. Some say he was the son of Oramiyan, founder of Oyo. Therefore, royalty flowed in his veins long before he wore a crown. But even as a child, Sango was excessive. He laughed louder, he fought harder, he loved power more than peace. Therefore, when he became the Alafin of Oyo, the kingdom trembled, not from enemies, but from expectation. Sango ruled like a storm, waiting to break. But charisma masked danger. The people admired his strength. They feared his temper. They whispered that his presence felt unnatural. Therefore, the throne did not calm him. It amplified him. Sango did not believe a king should merely rule men, but gods ruled nature. Therefore, Sango sought forbidden knowledge. He surrounded himself with priests, sorcerers, and mystics. He learned incantations older than Oyo. He mastered charms meant only for spirits, but power demands sacrifice. Therefore, Sango bound lightning to objects, thunderstones that could summon fire from the sky. When rebels gathered, thunder answered. When enemies mocked him, lightning struck. But justice blurred into cruelty. Therefore, homes burned alongside criminals. Children screamed alongside traitors. The people obeyed, but their obedience was born of terror that wrought silently. Therefore, resentment grew. Sango trusted his generals. He trusted his chiefs. He trusted his own wives. But power isolates. Therefore, conspiracies bloomed quietly. His enemies accused him of recklessness. They said he summoned thunder without restraints. They blamed him for disasters no man could fully control. But the truth was more dangerous. Therefore, some claimed Sango lost control of the storm itself. Lightning struck his palace. Fire consumed his own household. But a king who kills his own cannot remain king. Therefore, the council turned against him. Sango was then banished from Oyo. The thunder followed him, but his authority did not. Exile stripped Sango of everything. No crown, no army, no praise. But the fire inside him still burned. Therefore, pride refused to die. He wandered village to village, mocked by those who once bowed. But humiliation cuts deeper than blades. Therefore, despair consumed him. Some versions say his thunder charms failed him. Others said the gods themselves turned away. But what remains consistent haunted him. Therefore, Sango chose death. He hung himself from a tree, believing his story had ended. The people celebrated, but they misunderstood silence. Therefore, the sky answered. Thunder erupted across Oyo. Lightning struck relentlessly. Fire devoured rooftops. Sacred spaces crumbled. But this thunder was different. Therefore, the elders understood. Sango was no longer mortal. Where lightning struck, thunderstones appeared, giving a physical proof of his divine presence. The people cried out his name, but gods do not return unchanged. Therefore, Sango rose as Orisha Sango, not just thunder, but vengeance. As a god, Sango became selective. He punished liars. He destroyed oath breakers. He burned false judges. But he protected the truthful. He rewarded courage. He empowered those who stood against injustice. Therefore, Worship spread. Drums echoed his name. Fire danced in his honor. Red and white became his colors. But this worship carried its own danger. Therefore, priests warned, never lie in Shango's name, because thunder listens. Today, Shango is worshipped across the Yoruba world: Nigeria, Benin, Brazil, Cuba, Haiti. When thunder cracks violently, people still say Shango is angry. But anger is not his only face. Therefore, he remains balance itself: justice and chaos, fire and law, man and God. And so, the final question remains: did Shango become a god because he died unjustly, or did he die because no human body could contain what he was becoming? Because every time the sky explodes, the answer returns in thunder. Thank you guys for watching. Do well to like, comment, subscribe, and walk with me again through the eyes of history.